Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the distribution of mechanical tissue in plants. Before starting that new topic, we have to know what are the mechanical tissues. The mechanical tissues are those tissues which gives support to plants, or say mechanical support to plant. Mechanical support to plants. That form of tissues are known as mechanical tissue. As we know that the habit and habitats of the plant vary differently among the plant kingdom. Some of the plant grow horizontally. So, the horizontal plants are generally prone to the horizontal force. Horizontal plants means that plants which trail prostrately on the ground. Such type of plants are known as horizontal plants. So, these plants are prone to the horizontal forces. Other type, and when there is torrent rain, the force due to the torrent rain, because the rain fall to the ground obliquely. So these plants also have to bear the oblique forces of the horizontal rain drops. So this type of plants in some plants that grow horizontally have to bear horizontal forces and oblique forces of rainwater. So these are the plants which have to bear horizontal forces as well as oblique rain water forces. So these plants have to bear horizontal forces. The next type of plants, which are the longitudinal in nature, that are erect, the erect plant that grow horizontally, longitudinally, that is a erect plant. Here are the erect plant. They have to bear longitudinal forces because all the forces or weight of the plant is, the trunk bears all the upper portion of the organs like the leaves, branches, and hence the trunk is very much prone to the weight of the plant here, and it goes downward, and so here it has to bear longitudinal forces as well as when there are storms, they also have to face the wind current, and so they have to bear the compression as well as the flexation. So these are the erect plants. In the root of the plants, roots, the next are the roots of the plant, roots of the plant, roots of the plant. As we know that the roots grow inside, generally inside the soil, and it bears total forces of the plant, and here, and it needs water for the proper growth of the plant, and when there is much water, the soil is very much moisty, and when the very much moist, and when it dries up, there is the pulling. Here is the extension, that is the pulling force, because anything which dries, there is the stretchage, it stretches. As for example, due to the heat, the length of a rod increases, and hence the properties of any material is that when it dries, it tends to elongate. It tends to elongate, and hence here the soil dries up, and there is a force generated just like in this direction and this direction. So there is the stretching, and here the stretching forces generated, and hence in the root there is the stretching of root when the soil dries up, and also it has to bear all weight on itself. So there are two forces, one is stressing forces and other is the force through which the root bears the force, which is that is called the compression, that is the longitudinal force of the plant the root bears. So there are several types of forces. In the fourth condition, when the leaves of the plants, as we know that there are the leaves are generally like this, and here it has to bear it is generally in the open environment, and it has to bear the wind forces. So the wind forces as well as the rainwater. So the wind forces are just perpendicular to this, and henceforth the leaves moves upward and downward. So if there is no any device in the plants, in the leaves, it may be broken, and if the leaves are broken, then photosynthesis does not occur. So, in the leaves there are the arrangement of mechanical tissue, so that they could be able to bear the mechanical forces, that is the forces of the climatic factors, such as the water, such as the rainwater, such as the storm wind, and hence the mechanical tissues are distributed in different organs and different parts of the plants. So, the distribution of mechanical tissue is due to the need of the plant, so that it could be able to bear the external mechanical forces, and therefore different type of tissues are found in the plants, which gives mechanical strength to the plant. These tissues are, there are some tissues which we shall discuss here. The mechanical tissue that gives mechanical tissue, the first is the collenchymatous, that are the tissues in which the cells are either oval or with tapering ends, and there is the deposition of pectin or cellulose at the corner. So, this type of cells are found here at the corner, at the angles. There are the deposition of what? Pectin and cellulose at corner. So, this there in the, at the corner in the collenchyma, they shows thickenings. When we see collenchymatous tissue in the microscope, so this thickening, due to this thickening, the cells become strong, and so they are able to give support to the plants. Generally, collenchyma are found inside the stems of the dicot. Generally, it is found dicot plants. They are below the epidermis, that is the zone known as the hypodermis. So, the zone hypodermis is made of collenchyma 3 to 4 layers, and they may be more than 4 layers. So, they generally found in dicot stem. So, they give support to the plant. Sometime besides these thickenings, besides these pectin and cellulose, in some collenchymatous cells there are accessory duty that they could, in some exceptionally, they do the work of photosynthesis, and hence in those plants, in some in the collenchymatous tissue, in the some plant exceptionally, their chloroplast may occur. So, the first is the collenchymatous tissue. The second are the fibers. Fibers are the sclerenchymatous tissues which are elongated. The cells of the fibers are elongated with tapering end and here there is the deposition of lignin and a cavity is found inside this these fibers, that is the tapering end, and the cavity here is the known as the lumen. So these are the characteristics, and these fibers are of mechanical use for the plant, and they give mechanical support and helps in the to overcome the flexation due and bending, so that the plant may not be broken. So these are the fibers, and they have pits, border pits. Here they are found in the cell wall. Some pits are found, that are pits here found, pit. So in some of the plant the lumen is found much narrow, because there is the very much deposition of lignin in this fiber to give the mechanical support to the plant. So there are different type of fibers according to needs of the plant, and these fibers give support to the plant to overcome the mechanical stresses and strains. So next is the phloem fiber. Phloem fiber. These fibers, when found inside the phloem, as we know that the phloem are conducting tissue which conducts the synthesized food material from the leaves to the entire body of the plant. So there is the much need of the plant to save the phloem, because if the phloem is distorted or broken, then what happens? There is no conduction of food material and the plant starve. So there are fibers in the phloem, so that they give mechanical support to the phloem, and the work of the phloem is not stopped by the stresses and strain, or the plant may not be broken. So these are the same fibers, the nature of the fibers are same as the fibers, and when the fibers are found inside the phloem, they are called as the phloem fibers. So these are also the tissues which gives mechanical support to the plants. The next is the sclerids. Sclerids are such type of tissues, sclerenchymatous tissues, which are found generally in the seed coat and in some fruits also they are found in the seed coat of the fruits, and these give mechanical strength to the plant body, so that they could not be broken, and as the embryo grow inside it, so the seed is found inside it, so it shapes the plant seed for perennation, and the perennation of the plant is not stopped. So it is the these cells are also mechanical cells which gives plant the support in various functions for to get rid of the mechanical stresses and the forces, so that the seed coat would not be broken and the seed is not destroyed. So these are the four types of tissues found inside the plant, which are generally responsible for giving the mechanical strength to the plants. Now, the one botanist which is known as Swendener. Swendener was the first scientist or botanist who proposed, when it elaborately studied the distribution of mechanical tissue and the nature of distribution of mechanical tissue in the plant, elaborately it done his work on the distribution of the mechanical tissue. He came to the conclusion that the distribution of mechanical tissue by nature inside the plant, it's just like the engineering methods nowadays used in the construction of buildings and bridges, so that there are minimum chance for the buildings and the bridges and the multi-storied buildings, and so there is the little chance for them to be broken. As in the modern days, we use various devices like the cementation, and we also use the rods. So Swendener was the first botanist who elaborately examined that the nature also distributes mechanical tissue inside the plant, likewise the engineering method. The aim of the engineering, the goal of the engineering is to make the buildings very less prone to, very less so that they are very less affected by the mechanical stresses and strains, and it also looks into the matter that the minimum cost the goal is achieved. Likewise, the nature also utilize the mechanical tissue minimally, so that likewise the methods of engineering, and it arranges the mechanical tissue at the points where there is the much need of there, so that they could be able to tolerate the mechanical strength, and so this is the principle of the distribution of mechanical tissue by nature. It does not excessively destroys the mechanical tissue, but properly arrange them inside the plant, so that in the minimum requirement they could be able to bear the mechanical strength and strain. So the Swendener, but at the time when Swendener was studying such type of similarities between the methods of engineering that are the old methods, nowadays he does not recognize the role of soft tissues. So soft tissues are known as those tissue which has no deposition, extra deposition. In the soft tissue, parenchymatous tissues are included. Parenchymatous tissue. He does not saw any role of soft tissue in giving the mechanical support to the plant, because at his time in the engineering also the rods are not used, but later on it is found that rods are used between the cement strips, so that it could be able to give much mechanical support to the building. So nowadays it is found that in the mechanical tissue the role of parenchymatous tissues are also found later on, that these are the tissue that are the soft tissue which have the role just like the role of the rods in the cementation, as it is used in lintel. So the soft tissue also gives mechanical support to the plants. So next there was a scientist that was known as Haberland. He proposed that the entire mechanical tissue system found in the plant should be termed as asterome. He used the term asterome, that is used for the mechanical tissues system. The mechanical tissue system found inside the plant is known as the asterome. He proposed two terms, asterome. The second is asterids. Asterids are those tissues which are included in the mechanical tissue system. So these are the tissues which form mechanical tissue system. So Haberland was the one of the anatomists who proposed two terms, asterome for the mechanical tissue system inside the plant, and asterid for the tissues which are responsible for, which are included in the mechanical tissue system, which forms the mechanical tissue system inside the plant. So he used two terms for proposition of the tissue system, mechanical tissue system inside the plant. Actually it is the biological term that is used inside the botany, mostly in the anatomy. So now these are all about the introduction of the mechanical tissue system. We should one by one deal with them. In following headings: first, mechanical tissue in herbaceous plants. Herbaceous plants. Mechanical tissue in woody plants. The third is mechanical tissue in rhizome or roots. The next is, fourth is mechanical tissue in leaves. यानी सुतन देखते रहे चल रहा है कि नहीं. 5 mechanical tissue in petiole. Next, mechanical tissue in prop root and stilt roots. Now we discuss one by one. We shall discuss one by one these in the distribution of mechanical tissue in different headings. The first is the mechanical tissue in herbaceous plant. The second is mechanical tissue in woody plant. Third is the mechanical tissue in rhizome or root. The fourth is the mechanical tissue in leaves. The fifth is the mechanical tissue in petiole, and sixth is the mechanical tissue in propped root and stilt root. First of all, we deal mechanical tissue in the herbaceous plants. Herbaceous plants. What are herbaceous plants? As we know that one of the scientist, J.J. Hutchinson, has proposed that the entire plant should be the entire dicotyledonous plant should be divided into two groups, that are the herbaceae, second is the woody. The woody herbaceous plant, the herbaceae, and second is woody by Hutchinson. Hutchinson proposed two groups, one herbaceae and second woody in the plant kingdom. The first herbaceae means that their stems are herbaceous. They have no they are generally of short habit. They are not much elongated. They are not very tall, and they have minimum mechanical tissue inside them. And the next are the woody plants, in which they are mostly erect and they have the mechanical tissue in they are the mechanical tissue are prominent here. So there are many families of herbaceae and there are many families of woody groups. In the herbaceae, the first family is Ranunculaceae, and here in the woody group, the first family is the Magloniaceae. So the plants of herbaceous plants are those plants which fall inside the Herbaceae, or the group Herbaceae, the families which are found inside the Herbaceae group. The plants of the Herbaceae group are termed as herbaceous plants, and the plants of woody groups are termed as the woody plants. Means there are many families of Herbaceae group, and so in the Herbaceae group there are all families that fall inside the Herbaceae group are termed as the and the plants found in those families are known as the herbaceous plants. So the next is the woody plants, third is the rhizome and root. As we know, let us recall what is rhizome. Rhizome is a type of modified stem, that is the underground modification of a stem in which there are so many nodes and many nodes and internodes are found here, and they generally grow inside. Here is the apical bud. They generally grow inside the earth, soil, horizontally. So there are many nodes and internodes. Scale leaves are found. These are the modification of stems, as for example ginger, turmeric, etc. And the root, it is the common, that is the modification of a stem. Here rhizomes are the modification of stems. Rhizomes are modification of underground stem, and the root is common thing that grows from the seed when goes inside the earth, is that is known as the radicle, and that is the palmule. The radicle gives rise to the root. So the root is the common thing which is found in every plants. Leaves, it is the common thing. Petiole is just when we see the leaf here, that is the portion of the leaf from which it joins to the branch, and this portion is known as the petiole, and where it joins to the branch, that portion of leaf, that is the leaf base. So these are, the next is the prop root and a stilt root. The prop roots and stilt roots, let us rub this. The prop roots are found inside the ficus religiosa, that is the known as the peepal and the bargad. Here there are several hair-like structures come out, fiber-like structures that later on meets the ground and it forms a pillar-like structure, the pillar, which gives support to the plant. So these are the these are called, these are the modification of the root, they are called as prop root. Prop root that is found in people. The next is the stilt root. It is also the modified root inside. Just we have seen in the major stem at the at the level of the ground, we find in the maize plant there are some peg like structures coming out, and it finally anchors to the ground to give support, and these are known as the stilt root. A stilt root, as in maize. So these are the different type of the plant body, the plant parts which we have to study inside these headings. So there are the inside in these headings there are mechanical tissue in herbaceous plants, mechanical tissue in woody plants, mechanical tissue in rhizome and roots, mechanical tissue in leaves, mechanical tissue in petiole, mechanical tissue in prop root and stilt root. And in these six headings we shall discuss the distribution of mechanical tissue one by one. So the class is now completed, and the next class we will start the first topic, mechanical tissue in herbaceous plant. Thank you. Oh.